Ha! Where to even begin? 2021 was the hardest year of my life for many reasons. It started out kind of rocky, and so I had a lot of plans, a lot of excitement about what I wanted to do in 2021. One of the things that I did plan to do was to make one video every month, which obviously failed. Did not do great on that. So now I kind of want to make up for it. Of course, I'm filming this on the last day of January, which means I'm gonna be late on that first one. Hey. A ton of things happened for everyone in 2021. And it was just seemingly, it felt like it was gonna be an easier year than 2020. Definitely wasn't for like anybody. And I appreciate how patient everyone was with me throughout the last year, because like no one was complaining about me not getting stuff out. I think everyone understood that it was just gonna be a crap year. Oh, kitties. Oh, they're being precious. I don't want this video to be about all of the awful things necessarily. I want it to be more about how exciting the future will be. Felt like it couldn't get any worse a lot of times, and then it did. Muffin! One of the things I'd love to see everyone do in response to this video, write a sentence, just one sentence, one little bit of something that you learned or something that was really wonderful for you over the last year or 2 years if you want to. Goodness knows we could use a little more happiness and a little more like joy, and maybe hopefully learn something from everybody else's experience this last year. Some of the negative things that happened this last year for me is I lost several friendships. A lot of the big problematic things that happened, I couldn't have done anything about. Certain other folks did not care enough about my friendship with them or how ethical they were being in a lot of ways. And so they really just messed things up over and 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 over again. I did everything that I could to make those things better, and there was nothing that could be done. Another really big, hard thing that happened last year, in February, my mom went into hospice, and in April, she passed away. Because we were still working from home, I was able to be there with her through that entire process. It was one of the hardest things I've ever been through in my life. And that was one of the things that was really hard about losing those friendships, is because I really needed support then, and the people involved there were just kind of cruel the entire time. So that was interesting, because I had a lot more faith in a lot of the people I chose to be around, and that faith was misplaced. A lot of things went kind of weird with work over the last year, and I was laid off from my 9 years long position as a manager at a nonprofit here in Denver. And that overall was a really good thing, because it means that I'm getting away from a lot of things that were happening that were not great. Even though it was really hard to say goodbye to a lot of the things that I've been doing for the last almost decade, there's a lot of really great opportunities ahead of me because I don't have that holding me back like it was before. So that's really good. And I'm really excited about some of the more interesting things that I might be able to do now. I tend to always find opportunities in all of the sucky things. I remember one time I was out camping with some of my friends, and it was kind of a bad camping trip. But then the car broke down on the way home, and it suddenly became one of the most fun experiences. I came into 2022 with a boatload of perspective and excitement and confidence. I'm a big fan of doing New Year's resolutions simply because you make new goals for the year, and then you can slowly work on them or quickly work on them or just do something. And I actually finished a lot of my New Year's resolutions from last year. I went somewhere new. I went to Cozumel, which was beautiful and wonderful, and what a great time. Started growing some of my own food in my garden. Money. I saved what I wanted to, what I had a goal for. Over 11,000 push-ups this year, because I wanted to do 30 a day, something like that. That felt really good to work up to something. And I made my outdoor space amazing, which was another one of my goals for this year. I hosted some fabulous gatherings. I built some stuff, made the garden beautiful. I'm glad that I did the things that I did this year. And because I made one last year, I figured it would be great to do a little recap of the resolutions that I have this year. I'm gonna do more push-ups, 1,000 every single month. Keeps me a little bit more fit, especially in the age of COVID. I wanna do monthly YouTube videos again, this being the first one. And I have a lot of stuff that I have filmed over the years that I've actually been streaming a whole lot, so that's an entire another thing. I want to travel to one new place again this year. I originally had it planned out to go to the Panama Canal in February, but that plan has been dashed because unfortunately, my dad has been experiencing some health issues that we found out about in September, and we've been dealing with surgeries and a few other things along those lines. So trying to keep that all under control and just take care of family and people and keep some perspective there. And I want to spend less time on my phone. At the end of last year, I was depressed for a lot of reasons this year. So many things happened. I lost faith in a lot of things. I am glad that I didn't lose my value system though. So that's one part of the perspective that I'm glad that I still have. But I realized that I was on my phone all the time and it was distracting me from the things that I really wanted to do and the things that I really loved doing. So I have decided to delete all of the games off my phone and to limit my amount of time on Facebook and Instagram to half an hour a day, because then I am not overdoing it in those places. So I have a lot of goals this year. I'm really excited about a lot of things, and I hope that you are too. Like I said before, if you wouldn't mind in the comments just putting something that was really good about 2021, or maybe something that you're excited about for 2022 if it was a hard year for you. I don't want any of the negativity in there. I just want some of the positivity, because we all experienced probably a little too much negativity recently. You know what I'm saying? Right? And I've also rebranded a little bit. Across the board, I have changed my name to Crafty Grant. It's just a little more catchy to say Crafty Grant instead of my name. So follow me across the board at Crafty Grant, except on Instagram. For some reason, it wouldn't let me, even though there wasn't anybody else named that. Regardless, I will be streaming several times a week now on Twitch, so please visit me at twitch.tv/craftygrant. I've been having a lot of fun on there. I'm still doing crafting. I'm actually going to be doing crafting brunch, at least for the time being, every Sunday, and a lot of other things, so I hope to see you over there. Thanks for sticking with me, friends, through this year and all the years before that, and hopefully in the years to come. I think that's all I got. Happy 2022, friends. May it be way better than all this other crap that's been going on. Adventures. Fun! Wink.